have to unmute us. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to today's matchup between the Southern Wesleyan Warriors and the Belmont Abbey Crusaders. This a rematch of the 2020 Conference Carolinas Men's Basketball Championship all the way back in March of last year. Today, the Warriors playing with very limited numbers due to some positive COVID tests coming back. And so we shall see how this will affect their play as they have in the start number 1, Brendan Hoban, number 11, Hunter Davis, number 13, DeMarcus Addy, number 0, Tajay Dunlap, and number 5,
Edwan Brady.
Edwan Brady, as the Warriors come out here to start. As Brady has it, drives down low, kicks out to Dunlap. Dunlap controls. And that was Hoban with the shot as the early foul is called on Brady. And so for the Crusaders, they have number 14, Nate Davis, to inbound to number 5. That's Sean Holleran. Number 0 as well, LJ McCoy is in. He's got it as he gives it to number 11, Chandler Baker. And down low in the paint, setting the screen up top, was number 13, Mario Lacey Jr. Crusaders holding it up top now with Holleran. As that is McCoy, drives in, puts up the mid-range 2.
Man, I remember last March, which seems like a lifetime ago. It was so loud in here for that game, for that playoff championship game. It was amazing.
That's right, against Lees McCray, this gym was packed. There wasn't an open seat to be found, and now as we look across, as you look across your screens, you see some very empty seats as only the men and women's teams are allowed with the workers as well. The Crusaders here out to an early lead.
Sean Holleran with the point on the last one. Some new players in for the Warriors on the court, including Addy, who just has that shot go in and out. Hoban down low.
And that again is Sean Holleran, as that makes the Warriors take a quick timeout here. 18:20 left, still left in the first, as the Crusaders out to an early 8-0 run.
And Sean Holleran is on fire to start, to get Belmont Abbey already out to an 8-0 run.
And so with that, Warriors in their first time out here. Again, only 8 rostered players for tonight's contest, as they're going to have to try and devise a game plan with their limited numbers.
And it looks like a missing head coach as well.
That's right, head coach Nick Pasqua notably missing too from the sideline over here.
So Coach Darius Carter is actually running the playbook, making the calls.
Carter, though, working under Pasqua, was with them last year as well.
Oh, yeah.
And knows this team.
Yeah, they're in good hands.
Warriors just really need to control this tempo with the small numbers as well. As Addy now walking slowly as that one went in for 2.
Pulls up, looks like his tooth is hit.
As there will be a timeout because Addy has blood. The play went by fast, but I tracked. It looked like he caught an elbow to the face as he tried to slow down the play. And so that'll bring in for the Warriors, number 3, Jacob Smith. Smith now with it. As the Warriors working around the arc. Dunlap puts up a 3. Warriors trying to find that 3 ball, unable to. And so the Crusaders come back down again. As McCoy puts it inside. They pop it back out. That's Davis. Davis over to Holleran. Holleran now up top. As they try and work it around. Back over to Davis. Is that one in for another 3 13-0 run here to start the first quarter as the Warriors still trying to find that first basket. They put it up to Davis. Davis quickly out to Edwan as Dunlap comes in, has that shot blocked as he tried to make his way through three Crusader players. And that's LJ McCoy with the little Euro step move. And the Warriors bring it back up the court after it goes off the iron. Another three-ball attempt for the Warriors. That just not falling right now. And so Crusaders with the rebound as they bring it back up court.
Yeah, you can tell the Warriors were shell-shocked here, coming out, not expecting to get down this fast as they go 15-0 now. Brady.
Really just looking for any type of points. There's no call there. Brady hits the deck as the ball hits off his shoulder and rolls out. As a substitution now for the Warriors comes Brady Folks as he steps into the game for number 1, Brendan Hoban. And so Holleran now with it as McCoy puts it inside there to Lacey. Holleran. And they dump it inside. Dunlap, the defense. As the pull-up jumper there. Banks off the rim.
Davis that time getting good elevation on that rebound. That's what they're going to have to do.
He's going to be their big man in the paint tonight.
Dunlap doing a good job that time drawing the foul. And we're going to go back to the timeout again.
That's right. First immediate timeout as the Warriors will head over, trailing early in this one 15-0 with the limited number of players that they have. So we will check back with you in a minute after this media timeout. You're listening to the SWU Sports Network.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams and your future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand.
And we're back here out of the timeout now. During that timeout, Addy walked across the court going to the trainer's room. As the Warriors now look for that three. First three good as they get up on the board now.
There's Jacob Smith, veteran player for the Warriors, known as Shaggy. Not so shaggy anymore.
No, got a nice fresh haircut for himself over the long winter break. Hoban, and now Dunlap out as that one was put inside and banked off by number 21, Emmanuel Hernandez. As the Crusaders work it around. Able to put it inside. That was Charles Solomon, but Hunter Davis with the rebound now. As Hoban looks for it, gives it to Davis. Davis dribbles over to Folks. Folks the three. As that one hit off the rim and actually hit the shot clock. Big bounce there going up as Dunlap will come out and Edwan Brady will come in.
So now's the time when we're going to see if our champion Warriors from last year can light a fire. They're going to have a test here really early to try to get back into this. And on defense as well, not just on offense.
As that foul called on the Crusaders for a little over-the-back action. Flying in there was Charles Solomon on Hunter Davis.
Hunter likes that call. He's fired up. Saw him in pregame tonight. He was in the zone.
He knows he's going to have a lot of work to do tonight. Playing what will be a lot of the minutes, if not all the minutes here. As Edwan puts that one off the front iron. And Holloran brings it back down the court. Drives in quick.
Oh.
And a quick blocking call there on Brady. And so, subs coming back in now. Dunlap will come in for Brady Smith. And in will come in Nate Davis for the Crusaders. Ball inbounded there to Holloran, who dribbles it back out to the top of the arc to McCoy. McCoy to Davis. Davis over to Holloran, who dribbles on Brady. Comes inside, kicks out. Free ball, a little bit long. And a good rebound there by Bradley Folks. Dunlap now working the tempo as they're working it around Hoban to Dunlap. Dunlap drives inside, kicks it back out. And a foul call there on the Crusaders on number 3. That is Quest Aldridge. A good drive there by Bradley Folks to draw the foul. And so Edwan Brady will be the inbounder. Warriors trailing by 12. They put it into Dunlap. Dunlap to Davis. Folks, good drive inside, just a little too quick as he passed right by the basket. And Davis, the 3 ball, puts it in and gets another 3 points back for the Warriors as they cut it down to single digits.
The big man from the top of the arc, that's what we need to see out of him, is a lot of point scoring down low, up high. Pretty much anywhere he gets on the court, he needs to score.
He's going to be putting in a lot of minutes tonight for the Warriors, and so they will need him to score big, being the veteran player he is. That long arcing 3 ball as Hoban able to knock away there from Aldridge, but out of bounds, and so it'll stay Crusader ball.
And that's actually a good idea for the Warriors. Keep Holloran, who is a great shooter apparently, keep him as far out as possible. Keep him in NBA land shooting there. Maybe he'll miss some more.
And that's what we've seen so far as he gets subbed out now. And Davis drives inside, but that one last touched by Hernandez. And so the Warriors will have it. Crusaders looking to start a high press early in this one with number 2, that's Prince Davies. Warriors able to break it. Hoban now drives the baseline and kicks it to the corner. Some kind of strange passes going on here.
Looked like a miscommunication that time between Davis and Dunlap. He was looking for him to run a different route. Sort of a quarterback wide receiver mix up there.
Warriors just need to stay on the same page here and really not make any mistakes.
Folks getting ready to check back in down in the bench.
Good play there by Davis. As a foul called there. That one on Tajay Dunlap. And that'll send Quest Aldridge to the line to shoot 2. And the first one, very smooth, goes in as Folks will check in for Dunlap.
So early starting out here in the first. Belmont Abbey gets off to a pretty huge run, but the Warriors have settled in, playing a little better defense. They got it now within 11, which is, seems like a big spread, but they should be able to actually start closing that gap if they keep the defensive pressure up.
That's right.
Make some quick plays.
And if they can break through that high court press there, as Hoban inside, kicks it out. The 3 ball again. And they call a foul on Davis.
arguing that he only had his hands on the ball. That's questionable. We'll see.
And so he'll come out now to get just a little bit of a rest. We can imagine that he'll be back in as soon as possible as Dunlap comes back in. Warriors short yet another man as DeMarcus Addy has yet to return from the athletic trainer's room after catching an elbow in the early minutes. As Dunlap there and Hoban both dove for it, both putting in the effort. To avoid the travel call, though, Dunlap trying to sort of dish it off to him there.
Yeah, they're both going for it. Didn't see the other. Each didn't see the other. Long ball.
And the foul there by Bradley Folks.
But honestly, if that's what they can do, if they can get them to just shoot those high percentage shots and make them miss, you know, whether that's in and out or shoot the air ball, whatever it takes, that will keep the gap close. Of course, you're sending them to the free throw line and have to hope that they don't hit both of those.
Davis's first shot, good. Notably, though, with those rebounds, with Hunter Davis out there, their tall guy.
Yeah, you lose height when he's on the bench. They kind of substitute that for speed, though, and hopefully for accurate shots. There's Hoban from downtown, deep, and just misses. But they got to keep taking those shots. Right now, they're going to have to shoot the threes.
They have to shoot the three to get back in it, for sure. But as you can see, Warriors just kind of running around right now as Hernandez puts that one in for two. As the Warriors working it around. And the foul called, and so Brady will go to the line to shoot two as we head into the next media timeout. And so just some notable calls here. Warriors trailing now by 15 once again. They had it as close as 9. And we really just need them to kind of settle in right now, Wes.
Yeah, this is the time where they can do that. Coach Carter over there is going to probably get him down, start looking at the whiteboard he's got there in his lap, and they'll figure out how they can make some adjustments. Now's the time to make the adjustments. They definitely have an opportunity to come back. I don't think they're out of this by any means.
No, they aren't out of this by that at all. And so we'll just take a quick break here and head to commercial, and we'll be back right after the timeout.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of
And we're back here, 11:18 left in the first half. Warriors trailing 21-6 as the Crusaders got an early run going. And Juan Brady at the line to shoot two as he misses the first one. And puts in the second.
Holleran back on the court for Belmont Abbey had most of the points in the beginning of the first quarter.
Crusaders working the ball around. Holleran driving side on Brady and puts it off the glass for two.
Keep thinking we're in the NBA with the quarters.
It is different how it goes from college halves to NBA quarters, as that foul there called on Holleran for 2 hands on the hips. Warriors with the ball, 20 left on the shot clock. As Dunlap puts it inside to Davis. Davis to Brady, hands it off. Brady drive inside, loses the handle as it was hit out of his hands, and will remain Warrior basketball with 9 left to shoot. And we get the shot clock right here. 9 seconds left. As that ball inbounded to Davis. Davis hands it off to Dunlap. And Davis now got to shoot it, put it up. As that one didn't get out of his hand in time. Wouldn't have counted anyway as he hit the rim. And so the Crusaders with the ball. Number 12, that's Malik Tucker, inbounds it to Sean Holleran, who brings it across half court now. Prince Davies has it out to Holleran. Screen there.
Good defense that time by the Warriors. That's what they need to do. Put together a consecutive series here. Hoban
drives it. The kickouts. Edwan Brady for 3 off the glass. As that one hit out by the Crusaders. But they say that Hoban hit that one out. Tough angle from up here in the box. Official right there. And so Crusader basketball. But you're right, Wes, with those turnovers, they really just have to execute on those and put some points on the board when they bring it back down to the other end.
Even with the foul, that's all right. Jacob Smith denying Holleran that time with authority. Appreciate that. That's what we call a pack. So I was told.
Holleran at the line, puts down the first one.
Hearing a long echo of myself from far away. It's cool. It's almost like time travel.
Back to the future.
Yeah, well, if we could back this up just a little bit and not let Holleran score so much, that's a good miss for us, not for him.
And that's why that foul was so crucial. Only getting the 1 point instead of 2, because every point will count in this contest.
There we go.
And Davis able to put it up and in for the jam.
That's what we want to see. Once again, I miss our terrible towels here. Normally they'd be flying high on that semi-dunk.
The blue, as we call them in-house, Warrior wipes.
Warrior wipes. They're known on the street.
As another foul there, that one called over the back. And so it'll be Warrior basketball again. Crusaders still with that high press, looking to do a double team. As they get it to Brady, brings it across to Bradley, puts it down low to Davis, who backs in and puts it in for 2.
Good assist from Folks that time. Good eyes seeing Davis under the goal for the putback. 24-11.
Warriors is slowly cutting into that lead. As Folks, a good defensive play there.
Stays with it.
Able to steal it away. Good play there as he gets it to Hoban. But Hoban has it knocked away. As that one put high off the glass. But the putback there by Aldridge. And Brady in the down court as there was a foul called.
Brady draws a foul that time, and it looks like Aldridge either took an elbow or maybe a fingernail or something to the face.
And that'll be the 7th team foul on the Crusaders, which will put Brady at the line for 1-1.
Good consecutive drive, folks. Kind of went into the stands a little awkwardly. Looks okay though.
That is the effort that the Warriors will need tonight, though, in order to come back into this one and pull out a win as Brady sinks the first of two. And he makes the second one. Warriors already 4 in the backcourt. As number 10, Jalen Simpson brings it across for the Crusaders. Over to number 3, that's Aldridge, who puts it inside the putback out. And that's Chandler Baker with the shot as Warriors rebound. Hoban to Dunlap to Davis, back to Hoban. Hoban, the drive, out to Folks. Dunlap's gone around. Shoots the 3 and makes it.
And Belmont did a heck of a job getting back on defense on that and actually stopped them, but it didn't work because Dunlap was on with the shot.
And that timeout will bring us to a full media timeout. We'll come back with a little rundown after this quick commercial break. You're listening to the SWU Sports Network with Wes and Will.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams
Warriors back within 10 now. 7:54 left in the first half. Off to a slow start, but able to sort of make their way back in, work the ball around as they get into their groove.
And I like that score better. I like being back within 10. I'd rather be ahead by 10, but this feels like we're moving in the right direction.
As a foul called there on Dunlap. And that'll be the Warriors' 17th foul, which will send the Crusaders to the line for 1-1 for the rest of the period. Not the period, the half. You're right, Wes.
The half.
That is the tricky one.
I said quarters the entire women's game.
Well, the women play in quarters.
They do play in quarters. Well, that's why I'm confused.
Yep.
Because we just did back-to-back games, and yeah.
It's a tough life.
I'm a novice, and everybody knows that. Well,
Number 4, Charles Solomon will be at the line to shoot 1-1.
The thousands of people out there watching know that.
This is being nationally broadcasted on the Conference Carolinas website.
That's right. That's right.
Anyone has access. As the first one falls in for Solomon. And the shot goes up and in. As he's able to put 2 down. Hoban now will bring it out of the backcourt. Crusaders back. Exiting out of their full court press that they had started. Edwan Brady, as he stepped out on the line, as he tried to do a little fake and dribble drive down low. Nate Davis now inbounds it to Jalen Simpson, who brings it out of the backcourt over to Aldridge. Back to Simpson, who brings it over the arc. Davis to Aldridge, who stepped out over there.
So they're just having trouble seeing where the outside boundaries are here. It's easy to do. You don't have your normal normal setup here. So you got to look down.
Historic Tysinger has that funny feeling about it where it may seem slightly smaller, but in all actuality, this is a regulation-sized basketball court. As Brady puts that one up for three and makes it. That three ball falling now for the Warriors as they bring it back to single digits, down by 9.
That's what I'm talking about. We needed that.
28-19, 6:50 left here in the first half. Aldridge for the Crusaders has it, gives it into Simpson, into Davis, drives in on Hoban. As that one put over the rim there. Good no call. Hoban brings it down, drives it. Finds Brady in the corner for that three ball once again and makes it.
He's found a spot.
Brady has found his spot over in that far corner. Warriors down 6. 2-possession game after trailing by 15 at one point early in this half.
We got a game.
And Wes, you remember last year, Lees McRae in the Conference Carolinas playoffs. If there were fans in here right now, how would the atmosphere be?
Well, I personally had to hold back dozens of people just from cheering too much on the court. So I miss those days. Those were fun.
Solomon puts that one in for 2, and you're right. If there were fans in here and this place is packed, as Brady shoots another 3, folks fighting for position, unable to get there as he ends up on the floor. And
yeah, ears would be ringing. Ears would be ringing.
You may not even be able to hear us.
No, there's no way. No way. And that's not a bad thing.
That's never
for
a bad
me.
thing.
We need to hear you. You're the money in this one. So far, though, that is the spark that was needed. Brady bringing that in. He's going to get a chance to sit and catch a breather. You got to imagine, I would think, these guys, are going to have a little bit of fatigue. I mean, they haven't played many games. The practice schedule's been strange, I'm sure. There's been probably at every school, various quarantines and tests and things that just change it up, even what we're dealing with tonight, It'd be hard to run up and down this court for that long.
Yeah, you mentioned the lack of games. Warriors have only played 3 games. They started their season off 3 Division I contests.
Whew. One of those Furman, right?
Yep, one against Furman. And their 1 win so far this season as they come in 1-2 against the University of South Carolina Upstate.
Yeah, so they were tested.
And so they had their test. Good moves by Davis as he drives inside and gets the foul and the 2. Davis pumped up after that one as the Warriors down by 8, able to bring it within 7 now.
Given that head nod of approval. Davis reminds me of like a certain unnamed MMA fighter a little bit. He just kind of has that swagger, I like that.
Like an early Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say his name, but yeah, yeah.
Very early version.
Yeah, that one. Not as Irish. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know.
I don't believe so. He's from Florida.
Okay, well, I mean,
He may have a little too tan of skin.
I don't know. We don't know.
Holleran now over to Hernandez, gives it up to Aldridge. Aldridge, the drive into the paint, puts it up against Davis, and able to just put that one in now as the Crusaders go back up by 10. The Warriors have fought back in this one, though. If they can keep it close going into halftime, I think even with the fatigue, they'll be able to rest up a little bit, catch their breath, and come back in the second half firing hot as Brady puts that one up for 3. He is their hot hand right now.
That's keep it feeding him. Keep feeding him. This is what we need. Of course, he's going to have to keep that defense on Holleran. Don't let him get an open shot.
Holleran drives and banks it off the rim, unable to make it. Rebound to the Warriors. Hoban now holds as the Warriors want to gain control of the pace now as they have brought this game back. They really are in control despite being down still by 7. They have brought back this game as Davis drives inside and puts it in for 2. The closest this game has been since the start as the Warriors down 34-29, 4:12 left in the first half. Aldridge the ball and throws it out of bounds.
And that is a turnover that we needed right there. See if we can get the other team rattled, make them be the ones to make some mistakes.
And a timeout by the Warriors as this will go into the last full meeting of the half. The Warriors really battling back here, have the Crusaders a little bit on edge, Wes.
I like it. They got them on the ropes. This is what we got to keep doing. Keep pushing, keep fighting.
And the Warriors will have the ball back after this timeout as we will head into a little commercial break. You're listening to Wes and Will on the SWU Sports Network.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you?
We're back here after the timeout now as the Warriors trailing by 5. This is the closest it's been in quite a while as the Crusaders had gotten out early to a 15-0 run. Warriors have been able to work it back. A lot of that coming from Edwan Brady. As that one called a kick ball as players tripping over each other. Handshakes exchanged as all is made well. Ball inbounded to Hunter Davis. He's been a big part, too, of bringing them back. Their big guy down inside. As a good play there by Bradley Folks for the tie ball. Diving effort there. As the ball does go back to the Crusaders, but the effort is what counts here. And he has made some great plays so far in this one to try and get the ball back for the Warriors.
Chandler Baker checking in for Belmont Abbey. Holleran with the ball. He's still, like I said, been a dangerous shooter, but as of recent, missed a few, which is good for us.
Ball's out now with Chandler Baker as he kicks it in, out back to Holleran. Calls the play, kills it. As the screen by Hernandez. Kick to Aldridge. Aldridge, a long three. Able to put that one in as the ball is now inbounded. Hoban brings it forward, puts it cross court to Brady. Brady gives it to Hunter Davis. In the corner to Bradley Folks, who dribbles up top, gives it to Hoban. Hoban to Edwan, into Hunter Davis. As he looks to back in, unable to do so. Kicks it to Hoban. Ball tipped away, 8 to shoot. Hunter Davis, the three. And off the rim there.
Just a short shot that time. Hunter Davis, very capable of making the three. And they need to keep feeding it to him.
Very much so. A little out of rhythm in that last series as the foul there by Bradley Folks will send Holleran to the line.
Bradley Folks out of Lexington, South Carolina, one of our new players as well as Brendan Hoban out of Watertown, Massachusetts. So a few new faces for the Warriors this year, and maybe they're getting a couple of them, maybe getting some playing time they wouldn't have normally gotten. I don't know. Maybe they were. I have no knowledge of that, but we do know that some of our typical starters are unable to play tonight. And of course, we're missing them, Solomon Smith, Traynard. We'd be a different team with the whole team. And we haven't seen Addy again. I mean, that's a big loss as well. DeMarcus Addy never came back in.
And he still hasn't even returned to the bench, and so he's getting either some repairs done in the trainer's room still, or we won't expect to see him for the rest of the night.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
As Edwan Brady drives in, able to pick up the foul as the teammates rush over to get him up on his feet. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 to try and bring this one back to within 8 for the Warriors.
Yeah, the score just keeps waving kind of back and forth in that 10 range. As soon as we get really close, they just manage to just inch away. So maybe Brady can give us another spark as he did earlier in the game.
As the first one clanks off the iron there. One last push by the Warriors. Even if they do go down at halftime, keeping it within a reasonable distance to where they can go, rest, and catch their breath and make their final adjustments for the second half. I think we'll have a pretty good contest at our game. As Brady slips there, he read the pass, tried to go for the steal. And now Holloran just trips and falls. And it went out of bounds, so not even a tie ball, as Holloran just kind of tripped over his own feet. And there will be a timeout called on the floor, I believe, by the Crusaders. Just a quick 30-second timeout, so we won't go anywhere right now.
And I'm just getting word from a reliable source we have that Addy actually had to get looked at the hospital. It's his lip and maybe sort of a tooth issue, so we're just going to wish the best for him and hope that it's not too serious and he's able to get back. So
then we won't expect to see him for the rest of the evening. Warriors will have to play with the cards they were dealt.
Yeah, and luckily some good cards, hard-working cards. It's just going to be a matter of they're going to continue to keep up their energy, and they seem to look really excited. Of course, once again, Brady has just been a great spark. Hunter Davis continued to just keep putting the ball down, so we'll see what happens.
Warriors down 9, 2:10 to play. Ball kicked over to Chandler Baker, brings it out top. Worked around Holloran now, drive inside. Aldridge has it in the corner. Little shoulder fake there as it's put inside, a little too hard. And the rebound there caught by Folks. Dunlap, Edwan Brady drives the baseline, keeps the handle, out to Dunlap. Warriors try and settle it back down. Brady now got it from Davis. Drive inside, puts it up with the left hand, unable to go. As the Crusaders have it coming back down the court fast with Holloran. Picked up by Folks. As the Crusaders work it around, Aldridge now gets it back from Wilson. Puts it inside, and that was number 13, Mario Lacey Jr., 4-2. Warriors down 11, 1:15 left. Really just need to keep this one close. As Dunlap has it now top of the arc, calling the play. Davis moving in the inside. Folks cuts, kicked out to Hoban. Dunlap the 3, and that one just a little bit too much on that as Aldridge brings it back down fast and puts it in for 2 with a little shake and bake. And so down 13, Warriors really just need to get a basket here back as they are fatigued, but they do need to keep this close going into halftime. Folks now over to Dunlap, who brings it back out. Davis fakes the hand to Hoban, drives baseline, and reverse layup is good.
Beautiful.
4-2. Shot clock is off now. Crusaders have a chance for the last shot here, and that's like, it looks like what they'll do. Down by 11, the Warriors are 43-32. As Holloran has the ball. 6 left. Drives, kicks out, and the 3 is good. And that is how the half will end. Warriors down 14 as the score is 46-32 as we head into the second half. We'll be back in a little bit after this intermission. You're listening to the SWU Sports Network with Wes and Will.
Wake up and focus. wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams and your future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious. And if you catch it, you might just change the world, y'all. There is a place where real faith-filled community allows you to know and be fully known, where faith is filled to the brim, so full it can wash away your doubts, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, where your story can be written and change the course of history. In that place, Southern Wesleyan University. So it's time to wake up. You only have one life to live, because this is not a drill. This is not about cliches, shallow taglines, or some inspirational quote for you to tweet, snap, pin, or post. No, this is where snooze buttons are frozen, alarm clocks are broken, where feet hit the floor because dreams are now woken. This is it. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This, Southern Wesleyan University. Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams and your future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious. And if you catch it, you might just change the world, y'all. There is a place where real faith-filled community allows you to know and be fully known, where faith is filled to the brim, so full it can wash away your doubts, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, where your story can be written and change the course of history. In that place, Southern Wesleyan University. So it's time to wake up. You only have one life to live, because this is not a drill. This is not about cliches, shallow taglines, or some inspirational quote for you to tweet, snap, pin, or post. No, this is where snooze buttons are frozen, alarm clocks are broken, where feet hit the floor because dreams are now woken. This is it. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This, Southern Wesleyan University.
And he can drop some three-pointers really easily when he wants to, and we're just going to have to see it spread out more, and then they're going to have to just hold them.
Warriors in that first half, 6 of 17 from beyond the arc and 11 out of 25 for their field goals. And really the rebound game too, Warriors trailing that only 11 rebounds to the Crusaders 16. And notably just there is a lack of numbers.
And right at the end of the half, let's see, Chandler Baker, number 11 for Belmont Abbey, dropped a beautiful shot. And you just can't let their guys get hot, and that was what was actually a really good thing. We were able to kind of cool Sean Holleran down a little bit, where he was on a streak at the beginning. So they're just going to have to keep doing that. We have a little bit of a delay here for just a second. I think something happened over on the sideline. We're trying to get that worked out.
We need some officials on the court.
That would help. Do we have no officials? Maybe she ran
that is
to
what
go
we're missing right now.
I see.
As I believe our athletic director went to go grab them.
Hopefully they didn't get locked in a bathroom or something. That would
be quite unfortunate. And here they come. Let's give them a big
Well, let's just talk. Yeah, let's talk for a second about our coaches tonight. Assistant coach Darius Carter, assistant coach Dexter Terry. Leading and always do a good job leading, but they're leading with the absence of Coach Pasqua here. I mean, that makes a big difference too. There's so many factors that we have a disadvantage, and yet I think we're still in this.
I think so too. And we saw the fight and the warrior within each of the players out there.
See what you did there.
As Davis puts that one off the glass.
Good job avoiding the foul for Dunlap.
But we're definitely able to fight back, and if we can just kind of get that little bit of shove over the fence when we get to within that 5-point range and not let them step away with that anymore, then I feel like we'll be right back in this game, no problem.
Ooh.
As that too, the rebound hit back out to Holleran as they kick it back out. That's McCoy for 3, off the glass and iron. And another offensive rebound there as Davis hits out Holleran, the drive, and able to put that one in.
That's a hard position. Brady just let him go right by on that one. 48-32 now.
And the Warriors, they still do have to be smart with fouls. Not as many of them, and so good play there by Davis. Not as many. They did give up a lot of fouls in that first half, so they just have to play smart here. Play smarter, not harder, as they say.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep a watch on Baker, number 11, on number 5, who's got the ball right now, Holleran, of course. They've got to keep an eye on them, but they can't just let them run past and drive to the basket uncontended. There we go. Good interception.
Good steal there by Edwan Brady as he's able to cut in. And the 3 ball.
Oh, Brady
is
Brady's still down
under the basket.
Nothing called yet. They need to call a timeout.
Possession. Brady's still down.
Oh, we can't afford to lose Brady.
Warriors
hopefully he's okay.
With low numbers.
Let's see what happened. Maybe a cramp.
Probably.
Hopefully,
like a cramp.
Yeah, calf cramp. I hope that's all it is.
The athletic trainer Anthony, not quite sure of his last name. Not sure if I ever caught that from him. We'll just call him Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony the trainer.
Give a little stretch to the back of the calves there for Edwan Brady.
So, just an example of what happened on that series. We were able to make, Brady makes a great steal, drives down but misses, and we get the offensive rebound and miss again. We can't have those consecutive misses and give them that opportunity to keep scoring. Just won't work. Can't win that way. Folks is out on the court though now, also in the wings, and Hoban.
As Davis holds it at the top of the arc now, calls a play. Over to Smith, gives it to Folks. Folks drives as he gets fouled hard there. And a little bit of good sportsmanship there by McCoy, able to help him up off the ground. And so he will go to the line to shoot 2. After a good drive inside. And that's just the strength that they need to keep pushing on.
Yeah, as we talked about, Bradley Folks transferring in out of Lexington, South Carolina. He's somebody we need to be spreading the ball around to, getting it to him on the court, beyond the 3-point line. He's a good shooter. Obviously has the ability to drive as well. See if he can put an extra point in at the line.
and misses both, as that was Lacey Jr. with the rebound. Holleran now with the ball. Dunlap, a little bit of a high press as the possible screen here. And a very long three there. And Wes, as you continue to point out, that is what they need to do.
Yeah, push him back.
Keep Holleran out high.
Yeah, because he was about 20 feet from the arc on that one, so a long shot, almost a half-court shot. Those will be hard to make.
As Smith puts it inside to Davis. Davis turns, drive, kick, out to Hoban. Hoban the long three, able to make it. What a shot there from Hoban, as that one just looked silky smooth.
That's a good way to contribute.
Hoban's first points of the game brings the Warriors back within 11.
Representing Watertown, MA. You're welcome.
Northern boy coming down here. As the switch. And they call arm bar there on Hoban.
You know, I was watching the last series there where with Belmont Abbey having the ball, and I noticed that, you know, they were a little confused on offense. I don't know what was confusing to them, but something that the defense was doing for the Warriors was causing them to not be able to coordinate, and their coach was frustrated.
And those are those adjustments that you make at halftime.
That's good for us.
And it's also good for us to see Edwan Brady back in after he was on the ground.
Yes.
As a call there goes against number 3, Jacob Smith. And so that'll send Lacey Jr. to the line to shoot 2. First shot bounced out, as Hernandez will check in for Davis. Second shot coming here. And that one a miss as well. Same team for the Warriors. Both of them grabbed on.
That's just insurance.
Brady now to Smith. Corner ball goes long, right into the hands of Aldridge. Aldridge, the quick press. And the miss there.
Brady, good defense.
Way to just stand. And they call tie ball.
Good defense for Brady. Getting in the way, making them have to make a bad shot. That's what we need.
As this brings us to the immediate timeout with the tie ball. Warriors trailing by 11, 48-37 to the Crusaders. 15:53 left in the second half of play. You're listening to Wes and Will on the SWU Sports Network.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place.
And horn blows as the teams will come back out onto the court. Quick side note, trainer's name is Anthony Porter.
How about that?
As we continue to receive some good feedback here from the fans listening at home and across the country and across the world.
It's good to have that kind of training staff work the cramps out for Brady, get him back on the court.
As they get a 5 count on the Crusaders there. So great defense there from the Warriors as they'll get the ball back here. You don't see that often, that kind of delayed call, especially coming out of a timeout.
Well, we had a good tight coverage on.
Brady to Dunlap, kicks it to Hoban. Hoban, pump fake, drive down low as Davis puts it up, unable to put it in, but will go to the line for 2 with a chance to bring it back within single digits here for the Warriors.
And you got to give credit to the Warriors here because Belmont is playing a really tight defense. I mean, when they move, it kind of looks like a foosball table. You know, they're all moving together really, really well. So they're in sync, and yet we're getting through as Hunter Davis was able to get through and almost make that and catch the foul. So
now, is that what we would call just better offense, or?
I would say, yeah, we're just having a better drive, that assist, good passes.
Because even with great defense, as Aldridge has it here, both teams, though, with a really tight coverage press. As Holleran has it, gives it to Aldridge, looks to bring it inside. That's Solomon. He'll bring it back out. Holleran drives inside on Davis. Has to put it over the tall guy and able to put it in right before the buzzer as Dunlap will bring it down court. Dunlap now gives it to Bradley Folks, to Davis. Hoban holds to Brady. Brady step back beyond the arc, puts it up, 3 ball. And just a little uncomfortable there with that as he had Hernandez in his face. And the foul there called on Hunter Davis before the pass. And so that'll put it under the basket for the Crusaders. Jacob Smith coming back in the game for Brady.
And Brady looks a little tired. You know, we were watching him during half, and he was shooting more from the right side of the arc. And that time he made the shot from the left, and it was off by just a little bit to the left. I wonder if that's got something to do with it. It's just placement on the court.
There's that one called a travel there. And so Dunlap will bring it back now. Warriors just need to control the pace of the last 14 minutes here and try and get themselves back into this one for their first conference matchup and even their first Division II matchup, as we mentioned earlier. They've only played in Division I as Dunlap drives hard to the basket and gets fouled. And so Dunlap will go to the line to shoot 2. And sinks the first one. The gym just eerily quiet.
Yeah, when it goes to the free throws, yeah, we just don't have the fans. Luckily, there we go.
As he sinks both of those. And the Warriors will start their own high court press to dictate the tempo and pace for Belmont Abbey. As Dunlap out high. Ball goes into Solomon, puts it up against Davis and in for 2. That'll be a tough matchup for Davis. As the screen, Dunlap, Brady Smith now holds it. Tried to put it down low, blocked by Aldridge. As Hoban almost with the steal there, knocks it to Holleran. As we can kind of see more confusion here from the play calls of the coach and the players. A little miscommunication as Davis able to get a hand in the way And Hoban drives inside, loses it, but a foul called, and so it'll be Warrior basketball as the foul called on Holleran.
And the coach for Belmont Abbey is not liking that. Let's see, Coach Dan Fickey, not happy with that call.
Edwan Brady inbound it, throws it out to Hunter Davis, gives it back to him. He's over on that right side. If they were to put it back over.
Yep, that's he likes that side.
And another foul call there as Dunlap tried to drive down low. It'll reset the shot clock up to 20 seconds now. And so Brady Smith will inbound now. Dunlap receives it, gives it to Hunter Davis. Dunlap, the drive inside, gets the foul and the put in with a chance for the three-point play.
Dunlap with a strong up that time. That was good. Belmont player had his hand on the ball and he's still able to push it through and get it in the basket.
Dunlap, only a sophomore, was a notable freshman last year in the conference, as he played for Southern Wesleyan last year and led the team in a few different areas, and including to a conference championship. Warriors now back within 9 as Aldridge for the Crusaders holds it up top and gives it over to Prince Davies. Aldridge now back with the ball, puts it inside to Hernandez. Hernandez against Brady, puts it up, leaves it short. And the rebound there by Brady Smith, and so he will take his time, bring it back up the court as Dunlap brings it across the halfway line. Dunlap up top, screened by Davis, gives it to Bradley Folks, who gives it back to Dunlap. Dunlap, again, another strong drive, and the two-in foul.
Wow.
Dunlap really being that spark that he was last year for the team.
Yep.
Pulling it out here early to midway in the second half.
Yeah, at this point, this is what the Warriors are going to have to continue to have, is somebody that kind of carries everybody at this point. It was Brady in the first half, and now Dunlap now, and he's bringing them back close. They're in that spot again now where they need to actually put the pedal to the metal and get the lead.
And this is where they need that little bit of push over the fence.
That's the analogy I was looking for.
Just a little bit of a shove.
I had a log in my mind. I don't know why. Fall off the log. Only so many analogies you got.
Warriors still in that very tight defense as the ball kicked in and out. And a charge called there as Brady able to just stand strong in the paint. And that'll bring us to immediate timeout. Warriors back within 6 will have the ball. And this may just be that shove over the fence with that defensive stand, Wes.
He's carrying him over the log.
He's just carrying right over.
On both ends of the court, and that's what we need.
That's right, and we'll go over the log, too, to a commercial timeout here, and we'll be back shortly. You're listening to Wes and Will on the SWU Sports Network.
Wake up and focus. I wonder if you ever considered that you only have one life to live. I wonder if you have the courage to be exactly who you were called to be. I wonder if you understand that you can do anything if only you believe it. I wonder if anyone told you that you can be a leader, a trendsetter, the innovator of that brand new whatever that's not here yet, but that's only because you didn't introduce it yet. I wonder if you realize that your life's purpose is bigger than you and that it's ready to be awakened and make its mark in history. Are you awake yet? But what if there's a place for you? A place where you can dream higher, dream bigger, where your dreams and your future.
And we're back here after the immediate timeout. Good defensive stand by the Warriors as they trail now only by 6, as Brady able to draw the charge foul from the Crusaders.
So we've seen Brady have a great first half. Now Dunlap is taking the Warriors, getting them back in range. Now we need just a couple of other contributors as well. Can't all fall to one person, and a lot of it's going to have to be defensive.
Well, we noticed that the Warriors' 3 contributors for the main part are out on the floor right now with Davis, Brady, and Dunlap. As Dunlap looks at a 3, and Davis able to put it back up in and elevate
Beautiful.
over Nate Davis for the Crusaders. Warriors now down by 4 as Holleran drives on Folks, and a foul call, and Folks knows what he did, beating himself up a little bit over it, but a good stand nonetheless.
Yeah, I thought it was, good defense. I think he needs to keep playing with that intensity, just keep his footing.
He knows he has to keep his hands up there as Holleran gets it. Shot from the corner is good. There's a little fadeaway there from the inbound. Able to kind of do a little pick and roll off the screen there. As Brady now has it, gives it to Folks. Brady Smith now. Unable to get the rebound. But the ball off of Belmont Abbey. As a good diving play there by Davis. You can really see the fight that the guys are putting out there on the court.
Yeah, just sacrificing his body, going for it.
Truly holding nothing back. As they are down 6 here, as Brady will end ball to Dunlap.
I think when you play with that kind of recklessness, that gets in the opponent's head a little bit too. They're kind of watching him out of the corner of the eye because no one wants to get run over.
As Hoban puts it up. Davis down on the court as they put a tie ball up, and it will stay with the Warriors. Davis 1 versus 3 there down in the paint.
Yeah, using every limb, everything he can possibly do to keep control of that ball.
He is truly playing with the heart and soul of what the Southern Wesleyan Warriors look for in their athletes.
That was well said. Well said.
Poetic.
That was. So, like a reckless tornado. That's kind of what they look for.
Yes.
All right, I like it. Agreed.
In layman's terms.
I like that.
Dunlap now, top of the arc. Folks, pump fake, looking for the shot. As they get it, Brady, drive, kick out. Folks, put into Davis. Good ball movement there. And Dunlap.
Oh, Dunlap.
But that goes back off the Crusaders there.
What an effort.
You can really see the effort the Warriors are putting in, but those are the shots that they just have to put back in.
Yeah, and they probably could have, Folks probably should have taken the shot earlier. At one point, he didn't need to pass. Brady.
Left alone in the corner, and he makes them pay.
Don't leave him alone over there.
Warriors cut that lead in half. Down 1 possession by 3. Aldridge now with the ball as he gives it to Holleran. Back over to Aldridge. Put it inside the paint. That's Lacey Jr. to Davis. Back out to Aldridge. Some miscommunication on the coverages. As that one, good put in there. And that was number 11, Chandler Baker. Good strong move inside to bring the lead back up to 5. Warriors really just need that final shove. They've had it within 3 now. That's the closest they've been able to cut it to since early in the first seconds even. 2
consecutive possessions right here will do it. Even if they drive, even if they got it into Davis, which they do with a kick out, that time he's off.
But Davis able to get the rebound somehow.
He got the foul?
He gets the foul.
Yeah.
And he is pumped up out there. He will shoot the 1-and-1. The Crusaders kind of in a little bit of foul trouble. Already 9 team fouls. We're only halfway through even the second half.
Okay.
And so for the rest of the time being, the Warriors will be at the line with any foul. Davis now has the opportunity to bring it back within 1 score.
Yep. He's just going to have to catch his breath here and make make these free throws.
As he misses the first one.
I jinxed that. My bad. I jinxed that.
That was both of us.
I should have not talked. I knew better. All right, here you go.
He steps back up to the line here as Brady Smith comes back in for the Warriors. Warriors, no one in the backcourt, will most likely start a high press. Post going as Davis misses both. But the Warriors look to press high. Aldridge now with it. Holleran holds it up top. Calls the play. As the ball goes down low, kicked out to Aldridge. Is he just able to drive in with not really anyone contesting him on that one? Warriors really need to stick with their man as Dunlap brings it back across. He kicks it to Brady Smith, back out to Dunlap. As he'll go cross court to Brady Folks. Bradley
There
Folks,
he is.
excuse me.
There's Folks.
He puts in that three, and as you mentioned earlier, he can really just sink that if he takes it.
Yeah, he can drop them, and a lot of times his tendency has been to just pass it off instead of making the shot, and he's capable.
This being his actual first season playing NCAA basketball, as he was an athlete with the track and field team early going.
Is that right?
And the Warriors able to get a steal here, trailing by 4, as Dunlap brings it across, and he slows it down, gets the play, as they really will just work it here to their advantage. Hoban, the long three, as that one left short.
Yeah, see, they have too much time on the clock. They don't have to take those really high percentage shots and miss those right now. War of attrition.
McCoy with the ball. Holleran with that three from the middle, and he will make that all day long.
And they can't leave him wide open. I mean, honestly, he was just, there was no one else on the court with him.
7:28 left here in the second half. Ball back into Hunter Davis, as he'll drive it down low. Good fake up, and able to get the two.
Nice.
And that's all they need to do. Get it into your playmakers and get the quick two, make some defensive stands.
Yeah.
And just stay in this game.
Yeah, plenty of time right now. You don't have to make the threes. You've got it back in range.
And with the Crusaders in foul trouble.
But they can't start letting them get high percentage or three-point shots. Oh, that looked like that hurt.
As a hard foul there on Aldridge. And that'll bring us to the under 8 media timeout here, as the Crusaders will have the ball on the end line when we come back. Warriors trailing by 5. They've had it as close as 3 now. Wes, what do you think it is that they need to do to just get that final shove over the fence, over the log?
Exactly what you just said is that going to go. You've got 3 guys out there that are consistently good scorers. Everybody can score, but there's no reason to make a hasty shot at this point. Slow it down. Let's get this thing back to tied, and then let's get ahead.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, and we'll go for a short break here as you're listening to Wes and Will on the SWU Sports Network. And we come back here out of the media timeout as the Crusaders will have the ball under the basket with 6:54 left to play.
Oh.
And a hard foul there by Brady Smith as the Crusaders able to get the 2 and the foul.
Jacob Smith, You said Brady Smith.
Jacob Smith.
Yes, I was like, where's Brady Smith? I haven't seen him. But yes,
Jacob Smith.
yeah. Shaggy there just gave him a bump. It was a bad timing for that.
Lead back up to 8 now. As Dunlap will bring it back cross court. Over to Edwan as they kick it to Jacob, who misses that corner three. And Holloran brings it back up to McCoy. And back to Holloran. .6:30 left to play here as the ball put in. And another foul called away from the ball. Is that one called on number 11, Hunter Davis. And that being the 17th foul will send the Crusaders to the line for the remaining 6:26 of this one. And it'll be number 4, Charles Solomon, at the line to shoot 1 and 1. And the first shot rattles home off the backboard and ironed a few times. Second shot here coming. And that one he missed. Warriors still within range with plenty of time left on the clock here. Really just need to work to their own pace and tempo. Jacob Smith now to Dunlap. Out to Smith. Gives to Hoban. Hoban to Brady. Back to Hoban. They're just working it around the arc. Dunlap, open three from the corner and makes it. 65-59, 6 minutes left to go in the second half here with Holloran now with the ball as he brings it across half over to McCoy, who gives it back up to Prince Davies as they kick it down low. Malik Tucker. Holloran the drive, kicks it out. Had to look at the open three as they take the two instead.
I think if they're going to continue to do that, that's the better thing. Let them get it in rather than let them shoot the threes. If you have to pick a lesser of two Weevils.
As long as they can get it, the Warriors can get it to their playmakers like Dunlap. And a foul there as the Crusaders were on the break. And so that'll send L.J. McCoy to the line to shoot two, as Aldridge will come in for Holloran.
L.J. McCoy out of Thomasville, North Carolina.
Shoots 1 and 1, makes the first one. As number 12, Bradley Folks will check back into the game. Folks has to be careful, though, with 4 fouls.
But at this point of the game, you've got to put him in.
You have to put him in, and the same thing with Hoban with 4 fouls as well, as he gets checked out. And McCoy makes both, and the lead back up to 10 for the Crusaders. It's been as close as 3, as wide as 15 at points.
Tyler Wilson checks in for Belmont Abbey.
Edwan Brady kicks it out. Dunlap, the 3, makes it. As he cuts back into the lead.
And the Warriors are right there again.
Ball kicked into Solomon. Bobbles around. Edwan Brady gets it on the turnover. Quick play up to Bradley Folks. As he backs in, kicks it out to Edwan Brady, who shoots the 3 and missed kind of low. Looked like an awkward shot there. Warriors, though, with that quick play, really just need to take that easy 2 and get whatever points they can to get back in this one and to tie it up. Aldridge now.
Hunter Davis.
To the corner.
I was about to just say that. Hunter's going to have to watch it. He's getting way too physical.
As they call another foul on Hunter Davis. That, I believe, is his 4th foul.
He's arguing it, but he was getting pretty physical, even kind of had a little bit of a hook on him.
And that was the foul call.
Trying to guard him.
And so Solomon will be at the line to shoot 1-1 again, as he made both last time. And the first shot misses. And the foul call, that one goes against number 12. That's Malik Tucker, as Davis finally gets his call that he would prefer.
Yeah.
So he will go to the line and shoot 2, as now the Crusaders are at 10 fouls. So he will get 2 shots here to cut back into the lead.
The last time he was at the line, he missed both, unfortunately. So hopefully this time he can redeem himself, and I'm not jinxing him. That's not a jinx.
And the first shot, able to make it.
Oh, yeah, he's got this. Wait. What is it that commercial? He's automatic? You don't ever say that.
Automatic.
I'm not going to say that. But he got this? Yes.
And he
knew
makes
it.
both, redeeming himself, just like you said, Wes.
Never doubted him.
As the Warriors, again, right there, 4 minutes left to play here.
2 possessions.
Down by 5.
That's it.
They need a defensive stand and a big one at that, as Dunlap takes some hard contact there out top.
Oh.
As a drive down, kick out, and the corner 3 miss, but the offensive rebound there as they kick it back out to Aldridge, who gives a signal to maybe kill a little bit more time.
Yeah, they don't have Holleran on the court, but they're going to have to watch Aldridge. They're going to have to watch Solomon. Who's
that
this?
one called offensive foul on Aldridge.
All right.
And the Warriors will get the ball back, 3:36 to play. And they will head to the under 4 media timeout. Warriors trailing by 5. Wes, what do they need to do in this last quarter?
Exactly
this
what
is it.
they've been doing. They can't make any more defensive mistakes or let anyone be wide open. I think that's what hurt them, is a couple of times they just let some easy drives go right past them. They left some people uncovered at the three-point line. That's what's keeping Belmont in the game, is just missed defensive plays almost, really. It's not even particularly their offense. So that's what I'm seeing, at least.
And Wes, I think you're right. Just a few missed communications on the defensive side, a few missed opportunities on the offensive rebounds and putbacks from the Warriors. And you add those up, you put in a few more players, and you've got yourself a team. Warriors, again, playing fairly short-handed tonight. Again, losing DeMarcus Addy fairly early within the first few minutes.
Yeah, so we don't even know what he would have contributed. I'm sure it would have been good.
His contributions, he's a heavy three-point shooter and a good one at that. Watching them in their first contest against University of South Carolina Upstate, he was able to hit that three ball from just about anywhere. So just imagine the competitive side and the skill and the talent that he would bring to the team, along with their other notable starters out as well. Chenard Farrell, as you mentioned earlier, along with Jalen Lowry, who's a very well leading senior for this team.
King Solomon out.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the Warriors here will start back.
5-point game, 3:36. This is where you want to be. This is basketball. The game is right here, right now.
And this is also where the Warriors were able to thrive even last season, is it gets late. Tajay Dunlap especially is one of those just specific clutch players. As you see him kind of flying in there, even for his size, he's able to get those rebounds. However, the Crusaders able to get the ball as they have Holleran back in to lead this offense. As they kick it around, McCoy has it to Holleran. Screen there as Davis, the tough defense.
And what are they calling?
And they call a foul there on Jacob Smith and a push. And so that'll send Aldridge to the line to shoot 2. And it may not look like much from up here or even down there. But one thing I will say is even on both sides, there has been consistency in calls and non-calls
Oh, yeah.
as they've let them play throughout the night, as we have exactly 3 minutes left. And
Yeah.
Aldridge sinks both of his. Lead now back to 7 for the Crusaders. And so Brady and Dunlap will bring the ball back up the court here, trying to conserve time as Edwan Brady kicks it to Folks, who gives it to Dunlap, out to Folks, and we'll give it back to Edwan. Looks for that corner three. Bradley, now to Hoban, to Bradley, Brady. Baseline drive as he likes that. Left hand and in, gets the 2, and that's really what they need right now. They just need the 2 points. Don't need to go for the money ball yet.
Not yet.
2.5 to go.
You're going to have to watch the defense, though. Keep up with Holleran. Holleran's in the corner right now with a lot of space.
And that's Edwan's man.
And they're
He gets that open 3 and makes it, and that is his game.
Yeah, right off the pick. They set the pick. They open it up for Holleran, and he has just been killing us tonight. I mean, from the very start of the game, he's been killing us.
And so Dunlap brings it across quickly here as he gives it to Bradley.
Whoa.
And they call a foul there on Hunter Davis. And a little bit of bumping and rubbing
getting chippy
here in the half court.
They're going to have to watch that. 2 minutes left to go. This can't be the time where everybody loses their cool.
Not really sure what they would have called to have it be a turnover of sorts. But they do call that on Davis, and that's his 5th foul, so he is fouled out of the game now. And so the Warriors will have to look somewhere else for those inside plays as they trail by 8.
And I didn't even see what happened there on that side of the court. It
was another silly foul away from the ball, and he really just let his emotions get away from him here in the last 5 minutes of the game, causing him two silly fouls that just should never have been made. Is that one called on Jacob Smith, and I believe that'll be his 5th foul as well.
So how many people do we have left over there?
And so that'll bring in for his first minutes of the game now, number 15 for the Warriors.
Yes, you can see it in their eyes.
Tate Savoy, and he comes in for the first time this game as in back-to-back plays now. Hunter Davis and Jacob Smith have both fouled out here.
Savoy's been sitting in reserve tonight, ready to go, but
as Lacey Jr. misses the first of 2.
So if he can get another miss, we'll have a chance for a second here. But ultimately, yeah, that was just that's a mental letdown from a couple of our players there.
As he does get that miss, and so Dunlap will bring it up quick. Brady, the drive. Unable to get the 2, just looking to get it not too quick as they did need to drive. However, just a little reckless in the paint going through, and so Holleran will hold at the top against Hoban as they bring out the screen and pick up by Folks as they kick it over to Davis. 4-3 as he will miss. And it will be tie ball. And the ball will remain with the Crusaders. And so Wes, with 1:18 here, Warriors down by 8. I think it can almost be fair to say that this one will be a drop for the Warriors as
74-66 is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to take.
Seems to be going back here to the Crusaders, and so with that they can shut off another 20 seconds at least. And without playmakers such as Jacob Smith and Hunter Davis, there's another foul call there. And there seems to be maybe a few just touchy calls here as interim head coach for tonight, Darius Carter, unhappy with.
Yeah, I didn't see anything major there. He just bumped him. I mean, with the body.
As
But
Aldrich makes the first free throw there. And able to put both of them down. So the lead now back up to 10. Warriors, they were in it. They had the lead down to 3 for the Crusaders as a timeout is taken here by the Warriors.
Yeah, they fought hard. They fought hard.
And so a minute 12 left, and they're still fighting. You know, the coaching staff still hasn't given up on them. The players still haven't given up on the court. And that really is the Warrior way.
Yeah,
That's something I really want to
stress the Warrior way.
The Warrior way
Yes.
of this basketball team and how they played tonight, despite starting with 8 people and then going down to 7 early.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the best thing you can do is put yourself with opportunities to win, and they've had those tonight. And, they're just have let those just stay just out of reach.
Yep, and yet again, there will be another team to watch in Conference Carolinas this season, as their next matchups will be just in a few days as they travel to Bristol, Tennessee to play back-to-back games on Friday and Saturday against King, followed up by yet again another matchup against Belmont Abbey following those.
At Belmont Abbey.
At Belmont Abbey.
Okay. So they'll see these guys again really quick.
And they will, and hopefully with the numbers that they need, with more of their playmakers, having more guys back.
Head coach back.
Having their head coach back.
Right.
Which is notable because, as we can see, even just from up here from previous games, Nick Pasqua does bring an energy and an intensity to each and every game for his players himself.
Yeah, we don't even know all of the behind the scenes and what the prep was, what happened, what was lacking. We don't know all the details there. We just know what we've seen tonight, and they fought. And it's been a really good game, minus just a few emotional plays, which is bound to happen in a close game.
And we will see the Warriors actually back here in action at historic Tysinger February 5th and 6th, as they will do yet again another doubleheader figure against Chowan University and another conference matchup. Minute 13 here to go. Dunlap with the ball, brings it across half. Warriors trailing by 10. Gives it to Edwan Brady, back to Dunlap. Kicks over to Hoban. Hoban, as the foul called on Holleran. And actually, it's called on Dunlap for a little over the back call there. And that's Dunlap's 4th, as Holleran will go to the line to shoot 2.
So this is when the game, went from what would have probably been a sprint to just sort of a slow troll here.
Where the last 2 minutes can really take 20. And some of that is with the tempo of the game. Some of that's with types of strategies, trying to foul just to force the free throw. As there was a step in there. And so Holleran does actually make the second one there, as Dunlap will bring it up the court and kick it. Tate Savoy makes the 3 and gets some points on the board for himself.
Way to go, Tate. Way to get in and contribute here.
As a call on the court here. Not quite sure what's happening. Seem to be a little confusion with either the time clock or shot clock. As the official came over and explained to the coach, clock malfunction. And Tate Savoy here, able to foul. And so Holleran will head back to the line here, 55.6 left. As you can still see, Warriors trying to battle until the end. That last horn goes off. As as the first one goes down.
How many points has Holleran had tonight? Are you able to see that?
I am. Let me just pull up my live stats here.
Add another one to whatever you see.
Holleran is at 28 points for the night for himself, and that is quite a night.
Yeah.
As he's been 9 of 13 from field goal range, 4 of 6 from 3, and shooting 85.7% for his free throws on the night.
Yeah.
And
It's hard to stop.
That all adds up, and he's proven himself to this team, and he's done some really good stuff for them as the clock will wind down here. Just running down the time as Dunlap makes one last stitch effort and knocks it out with 5 left on the shot clock. Aldrich will inbound. 23 left on the game clock. Gives it to Davis. Aldrich, the long 3, leaves it short, and so Dunlap will carry it as he kind of just stands, starts to get a little bit of a cramp, and the clock will just run out now as the Warriors will kind of dribble it in, and Holleran brings it back across for the last play. And that'll end it here as the Southern Wesleyan Warriors drop this one 80-69 to the Belmont Abbey Crusaders here at historic Tysinger Gymnasium. It was quite a matchup, if I do say so. There was a little bit of a funk in the beginning for the Warriors.
Yeah.
As they went down early, but if that gets fixed, who knows what the scoreline would be.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the game, it was actually a really fun game to watch. But right here at the end, kind of trailed off, and it is what it is, and hopefully they can make adjustments and get their full team back to health, and we'll see them again soon.
That's right. And as we said, the Warriors will actually be on the road for their next few games as they will head to Bristol, Tennessee, and take on King in another doubleheader Conference Carolinas matchup. It was fun calling the place tonight for you.
Glad to be here.
All you watching out there across the nation, across the globe, we hope to have you tune in soon again. And
see you in a couple weeks.
That's right, for the Conference Carolinas matchup against Chowan.
That's right.
This is Wes and Will signing off for the night.